star or a parallelogram with the 9 patterns because it becomes fun eventually. But for now, let's do a 4 pattern here and a square.
Hace muchas formas, ¿eh? Un cuadrado.
So you can actually imagine where the corners are of this square.
Tienes que imaginar dónde están las esquinas de este cuadrado.
And you can imagine a laser drawing
Y tienes que imaginar
and then you just follow
hacer estas líneas en el aire y solamente seguirlas. Eso es lo que tiene que estar tu mente. Lo otro es automático.
Most conductors change the direction of both hands every beat.
Muchos directores cambian la dirección de sus dos manos en cada tiempo.
And this is a lost opportunity.
Y esta es la última oportunidad.
Because if you can have a hand go in the same direction for 2 beats,
si tienes la misma mano por 2 tiempos en una misma dirección,
then you can describe the relationship between the 2 beats.
Puedes describir la relación entre los 2 tiempos.
And relationship and connection are related.
Y la relación y la conexión están conectadas.
The conductor's job is to connect with the ensemble.
Nuestro trabajo es conectar con el
the
grupo.
job of the interpreter is to connect the beats together.
Y la función del intérprete es conectar eso entre los 2 tiempos. Próximo personaje. ¿Ah? Sí. ¿Tu nombre?
Mi nombre es Nico.
¿Tú sientes unos momentos especiales en la música?
Bajo aquí. And you looked at them, which is good.
Miraste a ellos, lo que es bueno, pero en tu gesto
Be very specific
tienes que ser más específico
to what they need.
para lo que ellos necesitan.
Bajo aquí.
Bajo. Sorry.
Español. What does he want?
¿Qué quieres
from the
ahí?
basses there? That is special.
¿Qué quieres? En español.
La entrada precisa del bajo.
Sí, sí.
Eso.
You just use the gesture. Yes. Yeah. So, intuitively, yeah, en el corazón.
Intuitivamente el corazón lo tienes, pero en el gesto vas a hacer.
Las otras soluciones. What about the sopranos? What do you want that is special?
Puedes ponerte allá, Dan. ¿Hay alguien cantando bajo? ¿No? ¿Pueden cantar bajo? Sí, no, para acá, porque es a la derecha.
Should we arrange ourselves?
No, sí, but only he. Solo el cuerpo, solo el cuerpo.
Para la soprano es también la entrada.
Also for the soprano the same.
So, I will say it is not the same.
Él diría que no es lo mismo.
Right? The situation is different.
La situación es
Here,
distinta.
the basses provide rhythmic energy,
Los bajos pero te proveen de un ritmo enérgico ahí en la entrada
and they lead to harmonic novelty.
y la novedad armónica de tensión armónica. Eso es un cambio.
But for the sopranos,
Pero para las sopranos
they're not adding harmony.
no le añade armonía, las deja solas.
No. So, it is different.
Es diferente.
I don't like to tell you how.
No quiere decirte cómo, quiere que tú lo hagas y lo descubres. Fere. Diles el compás. Diles el compás. Fere, fere, fere. ¿Qué quieres del bajo? El gesto preparatorio anterior. Más. Muéstralo. Antes. En el 2. Desde el 2. Mejor, pero si quieres una articulación en la entrada, tienes que mostrarla en el previo tiempo, en el previo anterior. Al final del anterior. Desde el rebote tienes que preparar. Toma un tiempo más activo, más anticipatorio. Soprano. ¿Dónde debes preparar a la soprano? ¿Cuándo? ¿Cuándo es la decisión tuya para preparación y para preparar incroche?
Right? Because it requires some courage to be alone. Right? So after you do the bass,
Eso es lo que es la función del director, dar seguridad. Estoy contigo, voy a darte la entrada. Tienes que concentrarte en lo que te está pidiendo. Sí, no mires más la partitura, mira el coro. Solo la soprano. Se puede quedar ahí. Las manos se pueden quedar ahí, para eso tienes la derecha para seguir mostrando. Independencia. Hidalgo. Imaginas esta pieza con cuerdas delante de ti o con un piano. ¿Quieres que el piano escuche al piano?
El coro.
¿Por qué?
Porque es el acompañamiento.
¿Qué debe aprender el coro del piano?
Intensidad, dinámica.
Tonality, tempo. So, when there is an extreme,
¿Cuándo debe cambiarse la función entre el coro y el pianista?
we can show the choir that we are listening to the piano, or we can show the choir that we are not listening.
Como directores le podemos mostrar al coro cómo escuchar al piano o no. Por ejemplo, compás 18. Y no escuchando el piano.
Except the music is not there. Because this figure here is like this. And so, as they hide, there is a handoff to the piano, who will then hand off back.
Los momentos donde el piano está solo es donde el coro le entrega al piano y después el piano le vuelve a entregar al coro. Entonces el coro debe escuchar al piano el 18. Deben cambiar esa nota larga, entregársela al piano. Si no, van a estar ahí como automáticos para cortar la redonda.
Entonces tengo que cortar al coro y hacer el corte.
Tienes dos manos. Con una puedes cortar.
Uno, dos, tres. And by doing that, you draw their attention to the music, which continues. And then when they breathe in the sensibilidad of the music.
Después, cuando vuelvan a retomar, respirarán en la sensibilidad de la música que deje el pianista. En cuyos lados. Puedes mostrar la dirección. Piano. Todo el tiempo va a estar así en esa relación. Solo tienes que hacerlo todo.
My battery is dead.
Sorry.
Oh.
On.
Oh, really? Okay. Do you want to practice that one time? Nobody sing, nobody play. Just do
Vamos a hacer
the
eso,
motions.
18, solo eso, 18.
Omine.
Vas a dejar con la izquierda la redonda y el piano a la derecha. Nadie va a cantar, nadie va a tocar.
Uh-huh. Oh, mean. Oh, okay. That was ne. De 18. Bueno, de nuevo.
De nuevo.
Ne. Yes. Can I tell you a secret?
¿Te puedo decir un secreto?
If you want to cut the choir,
¿Quieres cortar al coro?
you can bring your fingers together, but you don't have to.
Sorry.
To cut the choir,
Para cortar el coro,
you can bring your fingers together,
puedes unir tus dedos al final al corte,
but you don't have to.
pero no necesitas tampoco hacerlo.
Right? You can turn your hand
Puedes
around,
hacer y
but you don't have to. It's like for a cue for the entrance of the choir, you can,
es como una entrada para el coro. Tú puedes hacer eso o puedes hacer todo
any number of things in the style of the music.
diferentes estilos.
Because it's not the end of the piece,
Porque como no es el final de la pieza,
but is just an exchange of this music for
solo
this
un
music,
intercambio de función al pianista,
you could prepare very gently
puedes preparar
and
muy
release
gentilmente
very
y
gently,
cortar también gentilmente.
and they will keep listening.
Y ellos van a seguir escuchando al pianista.
If you say to them, it is over, then they think, okay.
Si les
We are
dices,
done.
ya se acabó,
Finito.
está bien, se cerró, fin.
And then you say, no, wake up, there's more. Yeah? Now, it's easier for the conductor to end things, right?
Es muy fácil para los directores terminar las cosas.
In any relationship, it's always easier to end
En
things,
todas las direcciones, es muy fácil decir, ya, se acabó,
right?
terminar.
It's difficult to stay together,
Es difícil enfrentar.
but some things are possible in a long relationship that are not possible in a short one.
Pero todo es más fácil en una relación más larga, ¿no?
So is the piece several different pieces, or is it one story?
¿Es una pieza que tiene partes separadas o es solo una historia lo que estás contando?
Es una pregunta.
Es una pregunta que te hace.
No, es toda una historia.
Ah, okay. Well, maybe let's not
Entonces no
cut it
cortes
up,
tanto.
right? Instead of us saying, these are the parts,
En lugar de mostrar las partes separadas,
maybe we say, these are the relationships.
puedes mostrar, esta es la relación entre el
Yesterday with the choir, the second half of the rehearsal, we were in the circle,
ayer en el coro que estuvimos en el círculo, en la
and we
segunda
found the places where the choir exchanges
parte, encontramos
their ideas,
esos motivos
across
ideas
the circle.
musicales que se pasan de una voz a
Yeah.
la otra
and some very nice things happened.
y entonces mejores cosas pasaron.
Yeah? You can make a circle here.
Puedes hacer un círculo aquí.
2 minutos más.
2 minutos más para ti.
¿De dónde?
Puede ser aquí. Incruce.
¿En Cruz? Sí. 15 con Ana Cruz.
Pues que dijo 15.
Gracias. Can we come to the piano, around the piano? Por favor. May I borrow your piano for a time? I almost said a second. So, this piece is, in some ways, very simple.
Esta pieza es de alguna manera muy simple.
The most profound things are always the most simple. Yeah. The most profound things are always the most simple.
En lo más profundo, por lo general, siempre es lo más simple.
Writing complicated music is very easy. Yeah.
Complicar la música es muy fácil.
I want to point out some things. Once you think that the piano and the choir are in the same piece, some things emerge that are hidden if you think they are separate.
Va a mostrar cómo pueden estar juntos o separados el piano y el.
For instance,
Por ejemplo,
who are the people who appear in the piece?
¿quiénes son las personas que aparecen en esta pieza?
Maria, sí. Which measure?
¿En qué compás?
Something new happens at measure 8.
Algo nuevo
Compás
pasa en
8.
el compás 8.
¿Qué es?
¿Qué es? Everybody is
Antes es. What happens? Hey, you don't get to answer. She knows the story. See?
Movimiento homófono en tónica sobre tónica.
Can you translate that?
homophonic movement and in root.
But that happens in. Oh no, you're right. That's the first bar. That there's a harmony change.
Sí.
Yes. There's also a change in the texture.
Hay un cambio en el texto.
What does the piano do?
¿Qué hace el piano?
Whoa! Way up, right? Before this,
Antes de
the motion is gentle
el movimiento
or arpeggio,
es noble con arpegio.
right? And here it goes up almost an octave,
Y primera vez que hace este cambio a los
and then down an entire octave.
y después a la dominante hacia abajo.
If you put that all together
Si lo pones todo junto,
in one, you get this cycle,
tienes este ciclo.
right? Composers use this to mean a wave, which is a cycle,
Él lo hace
depicted in opera for a cycle.
de que parezca
Oh, my heart going in circles. Oh, my mind is spinning, right? In this case, it's a circle connected with Maria. What's the circle connected with
Este es un
Maria?
círculo que conecta con María. ¿Cuál es el círculo que conecta con María? Arriba,
Yeah.
los que van a la iglesia,
En todas las pinturas
en todas
de
las
María,
pinturas
¿sí?
aparece esto.
¿Sí? And Mozart is Catholic, right? He believes that Mary is immaculate. En this- La teológica en español.
Sí, sí, y Mozart entonces une todas estas imágenes.
Now, the conductor can ignore the piano,
El director puede ignorar el piano
or the conductor can show the choir
o
the
puede
piano.
enseñarle y mostrarle al coro
And now there is a halo.
este círculo.
Yeah. In measure 11,
El compás 11,
another figure,
aparece esa misma figura,
right? That is also new.
es también nuevo, es una secuencia.
And for the first time, the choir has a dotted half note.
Y la primera vez que el coro tiene
So
una nota con
nothing,
puntillo.
nothing happens.
No pasa nada.
So the composer wants us to hear,
El compositor quiere que escuches.
yeah, but I can guarantee you that if the conductor does not hear that in the piano, the choir will not hear it
Pero si el
either.
director no lo escucha, no se lo puede mostrar al coro.
It's one thing for the choir to sing, knowing that a line is coming through,
Es una cosa para el coro.
And it's a
sostener
different
esa nota
thing
sabiendo que hay
for them to sing that counting uno, dos, tres, re,
que
right?
sosteniendo sin nada, pensando que no hay nada.
One way of doing that is singing a duet.
una manera de hacer esto es cantando.
and the other way is singing isolated by yourself.
Una manera es cantando pensando en eso, una otra manera es dejándolo solo.
We could go through the piece and keep finding things like this.
Podemos ir toda la pieza encontrando este tipo de relaciones.
Sometimes I like to take a highlighter, a yellow,
Él lo subraya de amarillo, de verde, de lo que ustedes quieran.
and choose one part
Y elige qué parte,
for every beat
la línea del director,
that is the most important.
es la más importante, la que tienes que atender.
Solamente uno.
Solamente.
And it disciplines my mind
Así disciplina su mente
to make decisions
para tomar decisiones
and direct my attention.
y direccionar su
But of course,
atención.
when I direct my attention, I influence everybody's attention,
Cuando él direcciona su atención, influencia que todos,
which means I influence their listening.
eso quiere decir que él está escuchando y todos estamos escuchando.
De ayer, the conductor's job is to give the ensemble everything they need and nothing more.
Desde ayer está diciendo que el director necesita darle a los cantantes todo lo que necesitan
And the conductor's job is to teach everybody to listen.
y la función del director es darle a ellos para que escuchen, herramientas para que escuchen.
Have you been to an art museum with a tour guide?
Cuando estamos en un museo con un guía,
They train your visual attention
ellos entrenan
to see things in the Orozco
tu atención visual.
that you've never
diciendo,
noticed before.
Esto es Orozco.
You walk out a different person than you walked in. It's the same painting, but you had a guide.
No
Yeah?
vas solo por ahí, no sabes, no ves lo mismo que cuando un guía te lo dice.
Music is for transformation,
La música es para
and the
transformar.
conductor is the guide.
Y el director es la
We
persona,
develop the active attention.
el guía que te va direccionando la atención.
And once you begin to see things in the Orozco, then you see more and more and more.
Una vez que alguien te está insistiendo, tú ves más y más cosas.
Today we spent 2 hours on one piece.
Hoy hemos pasado dos horas con
The piece is 2 or 3 minutes.
una pieza que es de 2-3 minutos.
And this is the right decision.
Y esta es la mejor decisión.
Because if you learn one Orozco very well,
Si tú quieres conocer una pintura de Orozco muy bien,
then you can interpret many of them.
puedes hacer muchas interpretaciones.
And if you learn 10 Orozcos a tiny little bit,
Si tratas de interpretar 10
you
de una
might
vez,
never understand.
nunca vas a entender ni a
what is there.
profundizar.
Yeah? Can I show you one other composer thing? Is anybody a composer? Aquí?
Hay alguien.
See? Okay. So watch closely. Yeah? Compás uno. The first 3 beats is just arpeggio.
Ajá. Solo la primera compás es desplazamiento del mismo acorde.
That mostly shows just tempo.
Solo muestra tempo.
Dum. But the 4th beat shows motion,
Pero el cuarto movimiento ya te muestra un movimiento,
because this is a dissonance over this,
una disonancia sobre el re.
right? And then the pattern of the second measure is the same.
Y es el mismo patrón en el mismo segundo compás. Lo mismo.
Right.
Repite lo mismo.
This is how Mozart avoids 1, 2,
Así
3,
es como
4,
Mozart
1,
evita
2.
la monotonía.
Right.
1, 2, 3.
The 4th beat points to the next compás.
Cuarto tiempo apunta al próximo compás.
Yeah? So it's like opening the door to the choir.
Es como abrirle la puerta al coro.
And to which note of the choir? The soprano note.
Y que el coro sepa que eso va hacia la soprano.
La dirección is very, very clear, right?
La dirección es muy
So
clara.
you lead the audience's ears to expect the arrival of their friend.
Guías a la audiencia ya a que va a cantar la soprano.
And you can see things like this all the way through the
Y
piece.
todo esto lo vas viendo a
The
través de la
composer is
pieza.
training our ear to be prepared for what is
El
next,
compositor nos entrena
as
para
well
lo que viene.
as to be surprised sometimes by
Incluso
what is
para
next.
sorprendernos algunas veces.
That's why is so surprising,
Por eso el
right?
incluye
That's why immolatum is so
lo prepara el
surprising.
bajo.
But the surprising elements are very clearly presented.
El elemento sorpresivo está muy presente,
They are not hidden.
no está escondido.
Mozart does not want to have secrets from the congregation,
Secretos para la
right?
audiencia.
He wants to grow the congregation's
Quiere
understanding,
crecer,
yeah?
hacer crecer a
Of
la
music, of
congregación.
poetry, of theology, of themselves.
Teología, poesía, musicalidad y para él mismo.
So it's a very economical use of material, that he repeats himself a lot, but never without a reason. It's not because he's out of ideas.
Ah, no entendí.
It's because he repeats himself often,
Ajá. Se repite el mismo seguidamente,
but not because he has no ideas.
sino porque no tenga nuevas ideas,
It's because he needs to take you from something familiar
sino porque él necesita llevarte de algo familiar
to something new that is connected.
a algo nuevo conectado con eso.
That is how human beings make meaning.
Ese es el significado del ser humano.
They're in a situation which is new that is connected to their history.
Claro, en una
Sí.
situación nueva estamos conectados.
That's why making complicated music is easy. You just put a bunch of things
Por
together,
eso hacer música complicada es muy fácil. Pones un montón de música y nueva y
and
cosas.
making simple music requires a master.
Sí, hacer música simple es solo de los grandes.
El próximo.
¿Oíste? Luis. Bueno, ya lo dijo todo, así que ya tú tienes que ser ahí el supermaster. I told him that you say everything, so you need to be the master.
Right, yes, that's what we want. We want pressure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exacto. Nodi, ¿tú tienes alguna pregunta? ¿Tú que estás ahí?
No hay electricidad.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Se fue ahí alguien?
El mundo.
No, no, todo bien. Gracias.
¿Tú oyes bien ahí? ¿Tú ves bien? Porque aquí se fue la pantalla.
El
no,
fin del mundo.
Muy bien.
No. Todo va bien.
Nico, vienes y tocas aquí un poco y yo veo también, tocas tú un poco y yo veo. Para yo mirar. I want to see.
Ah.
No, está bien.
Joanna, you've transformed into a soprano. Oh, wow. Mágico. Sí. Gracias. Compás 15. Sí. Again? Sí. Sí. ¿Por qué? Porque eso... this is difficult because this fits here.
Esto es difícil porque parece
Yeah.
que
Whereas this reflects the soft palate.
esto refleja el paladar blanco.
De ayer con coro, Catedral de Guadalajara.
¿Recuerdan ayer la
Sí.
Catedral de Guadalajara?
Uh-huh.
La cúpula.
It's easier for us to imagine
Es más fácil
the
hacer
space.
una imagen cuando
Absolutely. Okay, so por practicar.
para practicar.
If you're doing it correctly,
Si lo haces correctamente,
you will feel like yawning.
dirás que estás bostezando.
Did you know that scientific experiment shows that a yawn
Experimentos científicos demuestran que bostezar
is infectious?
es infeccioso,
Right?
es contagioso.
See,
Infeccioso.
that's because of a mirror neuron, right? I see Joanna yawn, I'm like, and so you can cause people to have
Puedes llamar a las personas
a reaction that they cannot
reaccionar
control
de manera-
consciously, but they can control unconsciously.
inconscientemente.
No.
Uy, mi voz de cantar.
Where else would that be useful?
¿Dónde más puedes usar esto?
Phone a friend.
Sí, te mandé una llamadita, te mandé una llamada.
38. Sí. Where, so the soprano 38, where does the piano show
Donde el piano muestra
that figure?
esa figura, igual que la de la soprano. ¿Dónde?
¿Dónde antes?
Acá igual.
Donde antes el piano muestra eso.
18. Sí, 18. Yeah. It's a good composer. Yeah.
Es un muy buen compositor.
A good teacher presents an idea and then comes back to it later.
Un buen
Yeah.
maestro.
Mozart,
Una idea,
18, and then the choir, 38. See? Okay. You can show the choir here
puedes
what you
mostrarle
mean.
al coro
Domine. So that when you return to the idea here, it is in our minds.
Puedes mostrar antes eso desde el piano para que el coro después, cuando lo hagas, sepa lo que tiene que hacer.
Compás 11.
11.
Good. Good. Here's a secret about left hand gesture.
Hay un secreto para la mano izquierda.
If the left hand moves quickly at the beginning,
No la muevas tan rápido al principio,
then you have no arm left.
porque si no ya la vas a tener arriba mucho tiempo.
In cru. Uche. Same with the crescendo, right? You
Lo mismo
move.
con el crescendo.
Uh-oh. Right? Pero, in the choir yesterday,
Ayer en el coro
we
vimos
talked about the crescendo.
la regla de tres.
Starts very gradually because we can detect a small change
Detectamos un pequeño cambio al
in a
principio
small thing.
en una pequeña cosa.
So if the hand is not moving and then moves a small amount,
Si se mueve poquito primero.
that is meaningful to us. Remember, meaning is the combination of something familiar with something new.
Hay un significado, ¿ah? Porque el significado tiene que ver con algo nuevo.
This becomes familiar and the motion is new.
Ese es el movimiento pequeño.
And then once it starts moving, the motion is not new anymore.
Exacto. Si sigue, una vez que se mueve, ya no hay
So
nada.
if we want to have another effect, we have to increase the speed or change the
Necesitamos
posture
después
of the
otro
hand.
efecto que indique el crescendo.
So we don't want to go fast immediately because then all of our vocabulary has been spent.
Claro. No le podemos dar todo desde el principio, hay que dosificar.
We want to develop gestural vocabulary
Tenemos que desarrollar un vocabulario gestual
por comunicar.
para comunicar.
Okay, so practice
Practica.
lentamente, todos. Down. And up. Don't you feel graceful?
¿No se sienten preciosos así, agraciados, elegantes, Mozart?
A good place to practice this is a swimming pool
Un buen lugar para practicar es una piscina,
or a river
el mar o el río.
or a big barrel full of molasses. Water is 800 times more dense than air,
El agua nos da densidad.
so you can discover universal resistance.
Puedes descubrir un universo resistente.
That's why swimming is good exercise.
Por eso nadar es tan bueno.
Every muscle benefits in every direction, and you can't injure yourself because you're never carrying 200 pounds. It's always gentle resistance.
Siempre es muy generoso con nosotros.
Air is a fluid,
El aire es demasiado
and we have sensory input all over our skin.
y tenemos mucha sensibilidad.
So when you move your hand, the mirror neurons, people are feeling the air. They have a sense of the motion.
Cuando nos movemos,
Yeah.
las neuronas espejos le
So
dan
we can use this.
la sensibilidad para que entiendan nuestros movimientos.
Now practice holding it still
Practiquen haciendo esto todavía.
while doing motion with your other hand,
Un movimiento con la mano derecha
and then very slowly begin to
y
move.
muy lento a la izquierda, muy lento y continuo, continuo.
And then pause, and then very slowly the other way. Do you feel the moment when you begin to move?
Sientan el movimiento donde comienza el movimiento.
That moment, you feel the
Siente ese movimiento donde,
right?
algo,
It's a sense of occasion. Something is about to happen.
es algo ocasional.
You
Algo va a
want to
pasar.
become sensitive to that moment when the movement is
Necesitamos
initiated.
sentir ese momento que rompemos esa inercia, donde algo va a ocurrir.
If you think that moment is significant, then they will pay attention to it.
Si tú lo sientes, ellos te van a prestar atención y lo van a hacer.
If you think it's an exercise, they won't pay attention. Because who cares about exercises?
Si es un ejercicio automático, nadie lo va a hacer, va a quedar igual automático.
11? Oh, can I say one more thing?
¿Puedes decirte otra cosita?
Vere pasum,
Trabaja con la prosodia.
immolatum. What does Mozart do harmonically for
¿Qué
those
hizo
syllables?
armónicamente Mozart para mostrar esas fuerzas de pronunciación en esa sílaba? ¡Habla fuerte!
Aquí.
Coño.
First and second. Oh, the harmony? The harmony changes? Yep. There is in the soprano, appoggiatura.
La tensión está en la
See?
soprano.
Appoggiare.
Paz.
Appoggiare in Italian means to lean,
Apoyatura.
right? And so Mozart is saying, do not miss this syllable.
Por lo tanto, no pierdas esa sílaba porque ya Mozart te llevó a esa sílaba con esa apoyatura.
So we can prepare.
Hay que preparar desde el cuarto tiempo el uno,
right?
profundo.
You prepare with the feeling of resistance in the water
Preparación
or weight,
con sensación de
and
peso
then you make the promise and you
y
arrive back there.
resistencia.
Yeah? Conducting is easy.
Dirigir es
Conducting
muy
is easy.
fácil.
Nothing to it.
11.
Good. Okay, good. So every time you do something right, then we can do something more.
Cada vez que haces algo bien, él te dice algo más. Si no,
So
no se puede.
now we have the hand, right? What about the shoulder?
Muy bien esto, pero ¿y qué pasa con tu hombro?
Yesterday we lay down on the ground right?
Estuvimos
And we tensed our muscles.
ayer tirados pensando.
The shoulder joint is very complex.
Los hombros, que es una articulación muy compleja.
There are many muscles,
Tiene muchos músculos.
and it's not
involucrados.
even a real joint like the ankle or the knee.
No es como
It's a
otras
ball
articulaciones.
against not even a full socket, just a receiving bone.
Sí,
Yeah.
estos reciben otros huesos.
Look at all of the
Pero
places
aquí no, mira esto.
it can go, right? Now, I don't do a lot of yoga, but if I did,
Él no hace mucho yoga, pero si él lo
I would
hiciera,
know how to expand the joints
él
of my body.
necesitaría cómo expandir toda esta articulación.
Then again, I'm a conductor, so I can practice all the time.
Él es director,
Right.
entonces practica esto todo el tiempo.
There is a way to hold the arm into your body like
Hay una
this,
manera de poder
and a way to release the arm
mantener
to make space.
relajado el brazo.
If you want the sopranos to release their space,
Si quieres que la soprano tenga más espacio, pues lleva el
then
hombro
we
hacia
don't want
atrás.
to put the shoulder in like this.
Es todo lo contrario, es expandirlo.
Frankenstein. Yeah. We want this to be open.
Ábrelo, abre
The
clavícula.
space here visually says you can breathe,
Espacio en el sobaco.
and the expansion here releases your jaw. Uh-huh.
Y relajar es tu función.
So the posture of the hand is important,
La postura de la mano es importante.
like the face of the Mona Lisa is
Como si
important,
fuera la cara de la Mona Lisa, que también es
but the
importante.
background of the painting is the
Pero
context
lo que hay detrás
and makes her face so fascinating.
es
right?
lo que lo hace fascinante.
This says we are in a safe place with lots of space and lots of air,
Necesitamos saber que esto es un lugar
and so you
seguro
can release your sound.
para espacio y relajar el sonido.
This says, my conducting teacher told me to use my hand.
Esto, mi maestro de dirección me dijo que usara así la mano.
See, you have muscles.
Tú tienes músculos.
I don't have any muscles.
Él no tiene músculos, tú eres un
So
músculo.
for you, the releasing probably will have to be conscious
Para ti, la relajación es más consciente que para él que no está
because
haciendo.
you exercise, right? Yeah. Right after you exercise, it can be difficult to relax. Sometimes after weights, you need to stretch, right?
Necesitas mucho
To get your range of motion back again.
para que todo vuelva a la
Yeah.
relajación.
For conducting, everything is moving
Para el director todo es movimiento
and everything is available.
y todo debe ser también disponible. ¿11?
I'm working you hard today. Thank you. I can't, the Spanish words go away when I think about music. Por favor.
Also mine.
Yes, yes, sí. Mismo.
Mismo 11.
Claro.
Conduce eso. ¿Qué es lo que te dijo que va a pasar después?
Good. Okay. Can I offer a more advanced idea now?
Puede mostrar algunas otras cosas que van a suceder.
We discussed there are two hands, and they don't both have to change direction every beat.
No tienes que cambiar la dirección de las manos todo el tiempo.
El coro has tres compas to listen.
3 compases para escuchar.
They can prepare for their entrance for several beats.
Del 19 al 21 tú puedes preparar la entrada de lo que viene.
They can consider the vowel,
Puedes considerar la
the
vocal,
pitch,
la entonación,
the envelope of the attack,
el desarrollo del ataque
and you can help them with that
y puedes ayudarlos con eso en esos 3
by
compases.
letting one hand be more still that you will later use to cue them.
Una mano puede estar pendiente como
Very pure vowel, yeah? So you can indicate to them that they can prepare for their entrance a whole bar early. Yum da 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 yum da dee.
cuyos.
Ku. right? The hand can say, this is a special, quiet, dolce entrance, and you can prepare their imagination in
Puedes
advance.
en esos tres compases escuchar el coro y además anticipar lo que viene.
Usually in music, we only get one beat, but here we have an opportunity,
Ahí tienes una oportunidad.
right? To cast a spell. It's for everyone's imagination to be together in advance. What an opportunity.
Para trabajar con la imaginación, para ir anticipando la imaginación, para preparar lo que va a venir.
Or we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. See?
Prepara,
Okay.
tres.
19. Solamente piano.
19 piano. $19. Sí.
So at first, you say to the choir, we listen to the piano. So it's okay to turn your head,
Primero,
open
estamos
your ear,
escuchando al
open
piano.
your shoulder
Ábrelo
to
todo.
say, we include our friend the piano.
Estamos incluyendo a nuestro
Yeah.
amigo el pianista.
And then after 2 measures, you secretly say with your left hand, we begin to prepare our
Empiezas a
imagination
preparar al coro
to join
para
with what we have
unirse
just
a
been
lo que
hearing.
acaba de pasar. Sí.
Good, again, yep. I'll do it once. De nuevo? No problem. Being a pianist is a thankless task.
Ser pianista es lo peor.
People notice every time you make a mistake. And when you play beautifully, then they credit Mozart. So when do they credit the pianist? I'm a pianist.
No critiquen al pianista, que ser pianista es muy difícil y equivocarse es muy fácil y siempre todo el mundo lo nota.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Apreciamos mucho lo que haces. Imítalo, pues.
Yes. And see how Mozart in measure 21,
Mira como Mozart en el 21
there is no motion,
no hay movimiento,
only arpeggios,
solo arpegios.
right? Measure 1, there was motion on beat 4. Measure 2, there was motion on beat 4. Here there's no motion, just stasis.
En los anteriores compases sí hubo
Right?
movimiento. En esta solo está el acorde, desplazamiento.
But don't come to the choir too early because you want to invite them to listen to when there is motion, which is the first 2 measures.
Los primeros dos sí dirige la atención del piano.
19. And hear the bass. Arpeggio, arpeggiatura. And then,
Coro,
yeah. And this hand, we don't want this hand to be bouncing,
no
right?
la dejes ahí, sí, haciendo eso.
This hand will bounce.
Esta se
This
mueve,
hand can open the door.
invitando.
Okay.
Hazlo, Adán.
19.
Hazlo, Adán. Mueve las manos tú también.
Yes. Is there a way? Is there a way for you to show the connection between this and this?
Hay una manera de conectar a las mujeres.
You are cueing them. You're cueing them very clearly.
Estás entrándolo muy precisamente, muy claro.
But will we understand that they are connected?
pero no podemos entender la conexión. Conéctalo mejor.
Let me show you one maybe obvious, even funny way.
Te va a enseñar una obvia
Esto.
y divertida.
And. Right?
O esta otra. O esta otra.
Right? Some way to show that these things are connected and they are arguing a little bit.
Cualquier cosa que
Right?
conecte, que es lo mismo, que es un
If I do this,
si hacemos esto,
yeah, it's like, this is a thing and this is a thing.
estamos
Right?
separando una cosa
We
de
want to teach the choir to listen, and
necesitamos
this
conectar
section
y
will do
escuchar.
exactly what this section does if we tell them it's the same thing.
Esto es lo mismo que aquello, si nosotros somos
But if we
capaces,
just say, your turn,
si
then
no
they
es
just do their own
automático,
thing.
robótico.
Esto.
Esto no vis. 30. Déjate llevar.
Oh! Yeah. There's I want you to tell me if we need to do the commercials today because I lose track of who is here. Yes? Okay. I'll take the last 10 minutes for myself for commercials. But I want to say the most promising thing that I saw today was near the end when you lost track of where you were. You got lost for one moment.
Sí, él quiere decirte que lo mejor que ha visto de estas cosas
This
prometedoras
is a very good sign
es una muy buena señal,
because it happened when you were trying a new gesture. Yeah?
porque siempre que hay un nuevo gesto tratamos y no nos sale, pero
In order to make a change as a conductor,
para hacer un cambio como directores,
for a time we have to give up control
por un tiempo tenemos que
to try something new.
controlar, o sea, salir como de nuestra zona de confort y hacer y probar algo nuevo.
You don't get to keep control and try something new. Life is not like that.
Sí, no es que ahora mismo tú vayas a asumirlo como tal ese cambio, ¿no?
So it's good that you wanted to grow more than you wanted to be right. Your desire to grow is stronger than your desire to be correct.
Tú decides tu crecimiento, ¿no? Si lo
And that's the way
practicas más.
forward.
Esa es la manera de seguir adelante, practicando. ¿No? ¿Cómo? Hay que equivocarse para ser bien.
Yeah, being right is easy. And
Estar bien está bien.
growing is risky.
Crecer es un riesgo.
Yeah. Felicitaciones.
Felicidades.
We haven't talked about control and influence yet. Maybe in the second session we'll talk about that. Conductors have no control.
Los directores no tenemos control.
right? They're up there by themselves. They make no sound at all.
No sonamos.
And they cannot compel anybody to do anything.
No podemos complacer a nadie a hacer.
And sometimes we have rehearsals that remind us of this.
A veces tenemos ensayos que nos
Yeah.
recuerdan
Especially
eso,
with little children.
especialmente cuando somos
Right.
pequeños.
Little children always do what they want to do.
Los niños siempre hacen lo que quieren hacer.
And that's an important lesson for all of us.
Es una lección para nosotros.
We should not want the choir to do what we want them to do.
No debemos,
We should not want the choir
no
to
debemos
do what
pedirle al
we want them
coro
to do.
lo que nosotros queremos hacer.
We should want the choir to want to do what we want them to do.
Ay, Dios mío.
Because they are going to do what they want,
Ellos van a hacer lo que ellos quieren hacer.
right? Conductors train the ensemble how to listen.
Nos entrenamos para escuchar,
Conductors form the desires of the ensemble.
formamos el deseo de la agrupación.
The ensemble will do what they want to do, always.
Ellos van a hacer lo que ellos quieren hacer siempre.
So the question is, what do they want to do?
Y la pregunta es, ¿qué es lo que ellos quieren hacer?
And we want to influence them, just like with our children, right? We want them to want the right things.
Nosotros queremos que hagan lo mejor. ¿No?
I have an 11-year-old son. He wants lots of things. He wants to break things.
Mi
He
hijo de
wants
11
to
años quiere romper todo,
tease people. He wants to grab things for himself
Quiere
because
señalar a las-
he's the youngest one and he never gets anything for
no
himself.
quiere comparar, compartir. todo
I
lo quiere para él.
want him to experience a life of generosity,
Él quiere que enseñarle una vida de generosidad.
that his sister wants to love him and share with him.
La hermana lo quiere amar y quiere compartir eso con él.
How will he experience that?
¿Cómo puede él experimentar eso?
Big question. Okay,
Tremenda pregunta.
I don't have the answer to that,
No
by
la
the way.
tiene todavía, está en eso, educando al hijo.
Show and tell. I have two hats that I wear in my life. One hat is Chicago a cappella. It's a
Él tiene
professional
dos roles en su vida.
singing
Director
ensemble.
de Chicago Capella.
This
Ustedes
is
entienden,
our
¿no?
most recent concert. It's a concert of Mexican composers.
Qué desgaste.
Some of them are probably people that you know. And I will give you the Chicago a cappella QR code in case you want to look at the program or anything else that Chicago a cappella does, if you already have one of
¿Alguien
these.
no tiene eso? Los que no lo tengan. Todos.
Did you share it with your...
No, y te podemos poner el código QR y tú lo escaneas. ¿Quieres?
Ándale, sí, porfa.
¿Sí? Can you borrow me one, please?
Oh. For the person...
Ahora tú me dices.
Thank you.
Déjame saber.
For 9 years, we have been taking composers from Mexico to
Ya,
visit
ya
Chicago a
se pudo.
cappella
Sí, ya se
and
pudo,
to
gracias.
write music. Y hay un otro.
Sorry, que estoy de DJ aquí. Ay, ¿dónde está el volumen de esta cosa?
Hola.
Hola, hola. Ya se pudo escanear.
¿Pudiste, no?
Sí, sí se pudo.
Perfecto, ya. Muy bien.
Gracias.
Yes,
Okay.
perfect.
Bueno. Now I need to talk through Wilmia again. So we've been inviting composers from Mexico for 9 years to come up and write music and work with children in Chicago and also the professional ensemble, and then come back. So this concert, we took those pieces and we put them all together in one presentation. And some of the composers flew to Chicago, and some of them recorded videos saying hello to the audience, and we played the videos during the concert. And so
Why was Agustina Crespo in this program?
that's the next commercial. Agustina Crespo is an Argentinian composer de Argentina, and she was a winner of the Her Voice program. This is a competition and mentorship project for women composers of a cappella choral music who are not yet famous, who want to learn how to compose and learn the business of composing. So if you know an emerging women choral composer, then I want to give this to you so you can give this to that composer. Do you know a...
¿Tienes eso? ¿La tienes?
Now you think of yes. Last year, our winners were from Mexico and Argentina, and so their music was also on the concert with the professional ensemble. We workshop the piece together, and then they revise the score, and then we do a recording, and then we present them to our audience, and it's very helpful for them, and it's helpful for us because then we know music that nobody else knows for the moment, and then they know it later. The other hat is that I teach conducting at the Wheaton College Conservatory of Music, where I met Joanna and where I met Val. And for that, I have another card. And on the back is a link to the Messiah Project, which is a large and crazy idea that we had 2 years ago. And we're undertaking the second chapter of it now. Maybe it's a trilogy. I don't know. Anyway, so if you don't have this one from earlier, then I will give you this one also. Anybody else not at the previous one? Hello, how are you doing today? Ding. Bueno. I would like to know a little bit more about what you are all doing. I know many of you are students.
Quisiera saber qué hacen. Un poquito
Can we
más.
quickly do introductions before
Una
we
rápida
go away?
introducción, no vayan a contar aquí.
Not too quickly.
Hola, me llamo Joana, soy una maestra de física cerca de Chicago y estoy aquí para aprender y aprender más sobre todos.
Have you been to Mexico before?
No, es
Where did you do your student teaching?
en la Bolivia para 7 semanas.
Oh,
Yo soy Tania, soy alumna, bueno, sí, sigo siendo.
already graduated.
Ah,
Y estoy aquí igual, trabajo ya con algunos coros de niños, de jóvenes,
ajá.
¿sí? Jóvenes mixtos y de puras chicas también.
Cuéntale de Half a Voice.
Trabajo en Like a Voice, un proyecto hermosísimo para casas ciudades.
Aha.
Orphans Partners.
Yeah. Children can do anything because they don't know anything. So whatever the adult tells them they can do, they know that they can do that.
Es un reto también.
Ajá.
Lo que no entiendo me dice.
Pues ahí es donde te das cuenta de lo importante que es estar preparado
Ajá.
para personas que no retienen tanta información o no están interesados o no conocen.
I could say a lot, but I won't say anything. We'll continue.
Pudiera decirlo mucho, pero no quiero decir nada.
Hasta luego.
Tengo un ensamble vocal pequeño, mixto, y pues me dedico a dar clases de música. Ahorita estoy tomando clases de dirección todavía, pero ya soy egresada de la universidad.
Yo soy Dania, estoy estudiando la carrera en dirección coral.
Puede ser más fuerte para que lo escuche la persona que está aquí conectada.
Yo soy Dania, estoy estudiando el 5º semestre de la carrera de dirección coral. Pues Vivian es mi maestra desde que entré. Y también he estado dando clases a niños. Se llama el taller experimental de música, es de la UDG también. Y pues les doy clase de coro, solfeo y piano.
Wow. Thank you.
De atrás.
Soy Johnny, estudié en el curso cultural Cabañas, doy clases de música, estoy estudiando la licenciatura en canto gregoriano en el curso de música sacra, y tengo un coro de niños y de adolescentes.
Do you understand everything?
I understand half, and then I put the rest together. It's okay. This is how I'm used to this.
Yo soy Francisco, soy estudiante de composición. La verdad, no tengo mucho mucho que ver con los coros, pero me interesa la dirección.
Sí.
Porque quiero aprender música, quiero aprender a componer desde ese otro lado. En realidad ella me ayudó a venir, pero a mí me interesa mucho ese lado.
Many of the composers from her voice have a degree in composition, or 2 degrees in composition, or 3 degrees in composition, and were never taught how to write for choir.
Yes. Because they don't sing in choir.
Es una problema mundial.
Es mundial.
Yeah, I want to do something about this problem because there are more choirs than any other type of music in the world. So it's a very strange situation.
Yo soy Adán, estudiante de tercer semestre, alumno de la maestra William. Ahorita tengo un coro de jóvenes, amateur, y me dedico también a dar clases de canto y de violín.
Soy Luis Fernando, soy estudiante de tercer semestre de la maestra William, y yo tengo un coro de niños y yo toco en un mariachi.
Aha! Yes. Sí, violín. Aha.
Hola, me llamo Valeria, yo toco el violín y gradué de Wheaton College con Masterclass Trotter y ahora soy maestra y tengo unas orquestas con niños con la primaria.
Yo soy Mauricio Gaona, estudié de en el 93, un trabajo en el gobierno, dejé el gobierno para regresar a música. En el 2023, de la autónoma, ¿me mencionan otra vez?
No me echa la culpa.
Entré en la autónoma a funcionar los estudios musicales y voy al curso de jazz con el maestro Batería este año. Estoy en el coro de la autónoma de la orquesta de la cámara y pues vengo a aprender, me interesa todo, dirección y coro.
¿Y qué estudias en la autónoma? ¿Pero qué es? It's another university.
Aha.
Private.
Yes, so it's sneaking in. Yes, we won't tell the secret. It's okay.
Y pues trabajo en una escuela que tiene varios coros.
No se nota.
Bueno, doy clases de piano.
Sí.
Soy Nico, soy estudiante de tercer semestre, compañero de edad.
Sí.
Soy pianista, baterista, sí, baterista, pianista y pues, cantante. Músico sesionista.
Yeah.
Yo soy Mariana, estudiante de primer semestre. Y tengo, estoy llegando con un trabajo de
No, sigue bien.
We should go last. La última.
Yo soy Pablo Mendoza, estudiante de quinto semestre de dirección coral. Soy Pablo Mendoza, estudiante de quinto semestre de dirección coral. Soy cantante y también me dedico a dar clases de canto.
And who is in cyberspace?
No, ¿quieres presentarte? Habla fuerte.
Hola, ¿me escuchan?
Espérate, no te escucho. ¿Cómo se hace eso?
Sácala. ¿Se escucha? Bueno,
Someone in Colombia and someone in the US has been attending. I don't know who they are. It's probably
Aquí.
¿Se escucha?
A ver.
¿Sí o no? Bueno, bueno.
No, no te escuchamos.
No. Voy a escribir. ¿Verdad? Mira.
No, tú hablas, yo te traduzco.
¿Sí se escucha?
No, pero yo no.
A ver, bueno, soy Nodier, soy mexicano, vivo en Estados Unidos
Es
ahora.
mexicano, vive en los Estados Unidos.
Soy un contrabajista.
Es con trabajo, estudia con
Ajá.
trabajo.
Bueno, estudié mi maestría y mi doctorado en Estados Unidos en contrabajo.
¿Qué más?
Por azares del destino, ahora estoy dirigiendo coros desde hace un
Por
año más
azares
o
del
menos.
destino, el trabajo que se le ha dado en Estados Unidos es director de coros, de high school.
Ajá. ¿Dónde?
¿Dónde?
En Midland High School, Midland, Texas.
Midland High School. ¿Dónde es eso?
En Texas.
Texas.
Ajá.
Y ahí creo que tengo 6 coros que estoy dirigiendo
6 coros.
full time,
Uy.
todos los días.
Cantan todos los días y dan clases.
100 niños.
Niñas, todas niñas.
Ajá.
Tengo 100 niños, más o menos.
100 niñas.
Sí. Y ya.
Y ya, es todo. Está agradecido de estar aquí. Dígale adiós.
Bienvenidos. Wilmia.
Espérate. Bueno, soy William, soy cubana, directora de coros. Desde los 10 años hago lo mismo, cantar en coro, dirigir coro, o enseñar a cantar o dirigir el coro. Y estoy aquí en Guadalajara hace 5 años, en la Universidad de Guadalajara. También hice el coro sobre el Abel y también doy clases en tequila, todo coro.
Bienvenidos. I'm John. I'm from Canada. Now I live in Chicago. And this is my 3rd trip to Guadalajara. The first trip was 26 years ago, and the second trip was 2 years ago. And now we have a 10-minute break, I think. Yes. Thank you for introducing yourself.
Thank you, John. 10 minutos de pausa. 10 minutos de pausa, no, y regresamos. Voy a parar. Vamos a parar la grabación.
Right? All at the same time? Yeah? This is a more complicated version of the exercise from this morning. So then you can do legato, staccato, bloop, 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 marcato, boom, 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 boom. And all the while the choir is reminded and assisted with legato. Mein Leib und Seele. Oh, yes, I remember the third thing. The third thing was all of the cues. Di-lo, 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 but yeah. Which has to do with active and passive. So we can show 1 or 2 or 3 strong beats at our option. 1, 2, 3, 1 with me. 1, and we can change to 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then we can change to 3. 1, 3, 3, 3. And we have to be able to do that in that section because the parts come in at all different times. Di-lo, 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 and so on. But mein Leib und Seele. 102. First, just conduct the orchestra. No choir. So she's subdividing. She's going, I'm exaggerating. And I'm suggesting, yep. See? 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 Okay. Do you mind? Again? Mine, la, just orchestra?
Ese es el peso de
So you see, right? After the hand begins to go up, there are no decisions anymore. Everything is destiny, right? Fate, physics. Yeah. We have a pianist here today. If you do tremolo on the piano, you have to let one be the consequence of the other, right? Or your whole arm seizes up. Beethoven, Opus 13, right? You need to let the physics work, yeah? Yeah, so as soon as the arm goes up, you should be bored. You have no work to do. Good. But you should also be kind of happy because you can tell what exactly is coming and exactly when. So that means that you conceive of the beat, one beat sooner. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom. It's going to end up that the baton is higher for longer. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. We have sometimes a little image of an astronaut on the end of the baton. Yes. He can only breathe in outer space. He can't breathe down here. Whose baton is higher for longer? Okay, orchestra. Yeah. So you're trying to cushion at the end, right? She's a very gentle person. She doesn't want to hurt anybody. But consider the string player. They have to make a decision with this muscle, and they're not going to stop, right? They need to make the instrument vibrate a lot very quickly. So you say to them, I understand, I have a bow also. Here it is. Yeah, you release their arm. Okay, with piano. Yeah, it changes, right? Right. Yeah. On the bottom, it's not actually dead. It's not literally dead. There is a bounce because in physics, everything. If you drop a bowling ball on the ground, it will still respond. Yep. For 4 measures, and then legatissimo aquí junta and orchestra. Small. Yeah. Forte piano, piano piano. ¿Sí? Forte piano, piano piano. Jump pum, piano piano. Jump pum, piano piano. ¿Sí? The partitura. ¿Sí? Jump pum, pip, 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 jump pum, jump pum. Yep, but the preparation, right? So when do you begin to show the legato? The beat before. Pa, pa, ba, di, da, da, da. Yeah. Practicar.
Hay que practicar eso.
Keep going. Yes. Now, when the sopranos go high, we don't want to mirror anymore. Right, yeah. They need, they do. Yeah. They want to know they're not alone. Tutti, orchestra y coro.
Tutti, orquesta y coro.
Very good.
Tengo que aprovechar lo que entiendo.
You subdivide it. Yeah, gravity. Gravity is your friend. We would not be here if it wasn't for gravity. We would all be floating off. So, if there was a video, it would be my witness. Right? Let this be. My children are at the zoo right now, watching the animals. Animals do exactly the thing, right? They don't sort of do the thing. If the jaguar wants to jump from this tree to that tree, the whole momentum is for one purpose, right? He doesn't subdivide. Everything, and so we want, I know a violin teacher who teaches this same principle, right? Use your muscles like an animal. One direct, fully intentional motion, and then a different direct, fully intentional motion. Yeah? Simplicity is beauty. Yeah, good. So just as an experiment, let's not use the pattern. Let's not use the pattern because the pattern teaches your hand to do the same thing every bar. And so she found herself doing this to when the sopranos were doing this. Yeah. So one time, just show music. Yeah. Because the pattern can become compulsive, right? A thing that we do for no reason. So this is not a real performance. This is a class so we can learn things. So just show music. And if you don't have a particular idea, just listen. Up to you. If it helps. Conducting is a very practical profession.
La dirección es una
Right? What works, works.
lo que funciona, funciona.
Sí. Like Seele freuen sich. Deine Seele freuen sich. Okay, yeah. So you're very connected to the soprano part. Yeah, good. So, and you can show a lot of detail in what they need and when. Yeah? So the good news is every other part, choir and orchestra, is just one part. They all have a very detailed sense of what they need. I'll tell you a short story. I did a tour with choir and orchestra, and we came back from the tour, and a violist said to me, I'm going to quit the orchestra and join the choir. So this is a very strange decision. Why is that? She says, well, when I'm playing violin with the choir and orchestra, when I'm playing, I'll try this again. When I'm playing viola in the orchestra, all year, the conductor said 3 things to the violas. And she said, that's just not enough things. Yeah, but if I'm in the choir and I'm singing alto, there are a lot of things, that the conductor says. Now, I was trained as a pianist where all of the parts are equal, right? When you play a fugue on the piano, you have to learn all of the parts. And so when I look at the score, there are 15 parts, and they're all equal, right? So the same way that you're connected with the soprano, you can be connected with the viola. Now, you don't know the viola yet because you just met the piece, right? But the practice of becoming friends with the piece is so that the viola part is such a, sorry, microphone, such an obvious element in your body that if something in the viola part is missing, you feel that something's missing. Like your friend has gone away, left the room. Come back, no, or if they do something backwards, it's like, no, it's not like that. I say to my students, it's like a fish has slapped you in the face. Pescado, right? Wow, you don't miss getting hit in the face by a fish. Yeah. So you want to, if you're going to conduct music with 15 parts, be like friends with all the parts. Is there one other part that you know well?
Maybe the beginning.
Is there another staff? Another that is not the soprano?
No, I'm not very sure with that.
Okay, all right, yeah, it's a thing to think about, right? How did you become secure with the soprano part?
As I sing soprano.
Entonces?
So I need to sing all the
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Will cambiar? So you know what to do. Sing every part.
Básicamente lo que funciona más en estos casos es pensar como alguien que no es músico.
She's asking you, this works if we think as non-musicians. The conducting part, I think.
Para ver la música como algo.
Like if you were a musician, you would know the patterns, but you would know what this is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Porque a lo mejor son cosas muy obvias, pero al momento de estar viendo la música y estudiando y escuchando todo, nos abrumamos. Llega un punto donde
When you're up here, it's difficult to hear what's going on. See? Is it, yeah.
When we hear everything, we get overwhelmed.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. For the first 10,000 hours that I conducted, I couldn't hear anything. Not like I wanted to. And even now, when I conduct the choir that I know the best, if Joanna comes to conduct or if Val comes to conduct and I go stand at the back, I hear better than when I'm conducting. And I think, oh, the choir is so beautiful for Joanna, so beautiful for Val. Why don't they sing like that for me? They probably do, but I'm a little bit busy, ocupado, see, when I'm here. But it's a process to become more and more present. And I understand that we will not do all of that in 10 minutes today, but I'm trying to open the window so that every chance you get, you will go further in that direction. Every moment that there is a beat and you don't know what to do, you, instead of thinking, I need to do something, you can just open up. The best exercise for this is to stand on the podium and do nothing. Because there's a little voice saying, you have to conduct, you have to show things, you have to be the expert, right? But what you really have to be is the chief appreciator of everything. And that takes practice. It's also something you're very suited for because you're here. You feel a very deep connection to music. That's why you're here today instead of some other place. Yeah? So you just want to become more and more yourself on the podium. And this place makes it difficult to be yourself because the brain is going, you know, I don't understand. I'm not good enough. I can't hear everything. There's too much happening. The more familiar the environment becomes, the more you can actively absorb what's happening. Last week, I was working with an orchestra, and I thought, wow, I can hear what's going on. It was a surprise to me. It can happen, but not right away. Conducting is good because it doesn't grow boring, because it's a long journey. So you should take good care of your health if you want to conduct, so that you can be old and conduct one day. Good. Good. Are you alto? Yeah? Yeah. You shape the alto part? Yes, very good. Good, good. All right. Everyone should be connected, right, to something. You did a gesture with your left hand, and then she ran out of arm, and so the gesture went down again, but the tenors were still singing? Yeah? So what can we do once we do this, and then we 1, 2, 3, well, what can we do?
Maybe.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, great, great. Yep, good. Tenore. Really? Yep, solamente. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Good. Try again and do something different. Still left hand. Same. 2, 3, 1. Uno, dos. Good. I have a secret to tell you. On every downbeat, that time, every beat one, her hand was always here. Right? It came back to a special appointment. But you don't have to do that. There's not actually any appointment there. You can do anything. You must do anything. Yeah? Also, sometimes she moved slowly and sometimes she moved fast to get to another place, but you also don't have to move fast. You can continue. This morning, somebody conducted something and wanted to cut it up into pieces. And we said, I don't know. I don't know if it has to be cut up into pieces. Maybe it's one piece. Yeah? It's a fun exercise. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Good. Do you feel when the hand feels as though it has to go back? Okay, so this time, tap your right. So this is a compulsion for you, right? You feel like it has to return. Hidalgo, free yourself. 1, 2, 3, 1. Right, yeah. So, do you want the tenors to sing? No, you want them to sing exactly as you showed them. So, why don't you show them? Yeah? Okay, we'll give you your baton back again. Where is that? ¿24? Oh, 8, sure. Yep. Con Ana Cruz, violin. Good, good. Question, pregunta, where are the violins? Where? All over here? And here? And oh, they're over here? Okay, good. Do you remember, were you here this morning? A beber un corpus? No. No, you're also, okay. So this morning we talked about the fact that the musical idea exchanges, right? So we get a free opportunity to show the tenors what to do by showing the violins what to do. And you have the left hand for both, right? It's like a free rehearsal on stage during the concert for the tenors. Your turn, right? If you focus here, they will listen and watch. And then they have no choice. Then they have to do the same thing. Ana Cruz. Where are the violins? See. Is that right? Is it wah, wah, wah? Yeah, good. It's good. Yeah, as before. Yeah, if you make a mistake because you're trying something new, it's a very good sign.
Es una buena señal. Estás incorporando.
Yeah, growth is better than control. Yes. Now we're in another world, right? Another world. It's like having 2 bars to show a preparation. What a wealth of opportunity, right? It's like 6 preparations. it's wonderful. Okay, I will not interrupt you this time. I promise.
Muy bien.
Is born of heaven, oh, Verlanget und sehnt, verlanget und sehnt, verlangt. Good. Okay. Yeah. Now, you are beginning to find that you have a lot of influence, power over the situation. When the music becomes very powerful, you're not yet sure quite where to go. Yep. So you go here. In fact, the first 4 measures of the movement were my favorite measures. She was like this: open, elevated, attentive. And then the choir came in and she did a little bit of this. Yeah? This is serious business now. There's a choir, right? A choir full of hunchbacks. Yeah? So, if the situation becomes overwhelming, which it is supposed to, right? This movement is designed to invoke the sublime, an overwhelming aesthetic experience. Do you want to try to translate that?
Solo la última parte.
Que este movimiento está diseñado para
Sublime.
sublime, para crear.
So if you are paying attention, it will be overwhelming. So we decide with our righteous mind ahead of time, what will we do when we become overwhelmed? Will we go within ourselves? Or will we, allow ourselves to become changed? Yeah. And for the 100 people in front of you, the decision you make is an important one. Verlanget und sehnet. 49 con Ana Cruz. Verlanget und sehnet, verlanget und sehnet. Plop, 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 plop. Yes, yeah, good. So sometimes the conductor has a job to do, yeah, because something new is coming. Okay, we need to change conductors, but I just need to make this one point. If the music goes along and one element changes and becomes new, the new element is the conductor's job. It might not be the loudest, but it is the conductor's job. So right here, nach dem Vorhöfen des Herrn, in the courts of the Lord, Espanol, in the courts of the Lord, everyone is playing their harp. So the choir, nach dem, but you have to do the new thing, which is the harp. Because there are 60 people playing harp, and they must be together. Okay, cambiar. Thank you. Cambiamos. Woo! What do you think? Okay? Make an announcement. Clearly.
Claramente haz el anuncio.
Con más, 48. Bueno, en la cruz 49.
Breathe. Verlanget und sehnet, verlanget und Good, thank you. Change two things. Doing this,
Cambia dos cosas.
can your left hand not be still, but be
Que
moving?
no se quede, que se mueva mientras estás en el pizzicato con la mano izquierda.
See, that's thing one.
Esa es la primera.
Thing two, when you want to emphasize or invite, were you here yesterday when we did the leaning forward? Yeah, okay. So stand, just as a reminder. When you lean forward a lot, and then you check your muscles, you will find that your abdomen is quite tight, and your neck is quite tight, and your legs are quite tight. And that makes it hard to sing anything. So, if you want verlanget und sehnet, it's tempting to want to do this, and then the singers will also want to do that, and then they will need to push. Instead, you want to welcome them, like the conductor's job is to make other people powerful. Powerful people are on their feet, not forward like this. So you pull them to you, verlanget und sehnet, and you are your full height, not your concentrating height, but your full height, yeah? Each section in turn. Also, you show it to the basses, but the tenors and altos and sopranos are watching you because they have entrances very soon. So you have 2 chances to show the tenors, 3 chances to show the altos, and 4 chances to show the sopranos how to do this. Free rehearsal. Sin cuenta. Fella. 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 Yeah. Wilmia and I are discussing something. So we spoke before about the shoulder, but you weren't, were you here this morning? See, okay, so this is a complex joint. It can be compressed or released. It looks like you are trying to hold on to your arm. But when we were doing the exercise on the floor, we discovered that when we release our arm, it does not fall off. It remains connected. So we feel that you are trying to hold your upper arm. We want you to release. Yeah, you still have gravity as your friend, right? You don't. In fact, you have more access to gravity if your joint is released. It's a paradox. Everything good is a paradox. Verlanget und sehnet, verlanget und sehnet. Again. So I want you to feel, whenever you want weight, I want you to feel this is going further down into the floor, right? More and more rooted, not more pushing, more and more rooted. This is the reminder. Okay, again. Leib segne Fräuleins. Yep, good, good. Two hands, independence, right? Yep. Blop, 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 blop. This is another way to connect the sections together. Every section sees this, and then your eyes say, your turn, your turn, your turn, your turn. Every entrance can improve in quality because each understands that theirs is connected to the next. The conductor commits themselves to one gesture. They could do 10 gestures, but they commit to one, and that says this is the idea for all of you. Right? If we come back here all the time, we're saying, this is for you, this is for you, this is for you, this is for you, and everyone stays in their own situation. Okay. Well, once again. Mine, 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 Lord. Yeah, okay, good, thank you. I think we need to change. Cambiando, gracias.
No sé, para atrás, ¿fuga?
Sí, sí.
La fuga. Saca de agua.
She's so happy. Would you like to conduct just one part to start? Just one section. Yeah? And then we'll do everything. So one section of the fugue, bass, altos, tenores, so, cello, flute, any. You pick one.
Estamos analizando la página 108.
Can you tell us which one?
Puedes decir, pero mira Dios, perdido.
¿Qué sección más adelante?
Ana Cruz al 124, Dan. 124, Ana Cruz.
Así.
Sí, ahí está. El coro.
Dice el maestro que elijas una sección para dirigir.
¿Sí?
Yeah, that's a good place. I want you to pick one section of the ensemble to conduct from there. So just the bass or just the tenor or just the alto or just the soprano.
Cojas una sola sección para dirigirte ahí.
Paso. Okay. Bajo. Good, thank you. Yes. Now breathe with us for each entrance. Breathe when we breathe.
Respira cuando respiremos. Dani, apoya.
So, Dilo. Dilo bendijimedar. Dilo, dilo, dilo. Good, good. Now a different section of the choir.
Otra diferente sección.
Altus, sí.
Fuerte.
Where are they? ¿Dónde?
¿Dónde está?
¿Dónde está? Okay. Oh, okay. No. But we have a rule, right? Our rule is we must look up for at least 2 seconds.
Tenemos una regla, por lo menos mirar 2 segundos y no a la partitura, a las personas.
Below. Uh-huh. 2 seconds. Yes? And can you be a target instead of going sideways so that the sound will miss you? Accept responsabilidad.
Responsabilidad.
Thank you. Okay, now tutti. Tutti. Yep. We have a rule, a law. 100 people have come to perform the piece. You don't have any other place you need to be. This is the place. Good, thank you. Good. This is a university. This is a university, so we can do experiments at the university. Mm-hmm. So she looked down many times. My question is, did she see the music when she looked down? Well, let's find out.
Encontremos la respuesta ahora.
Yeah, good. You made fewer mistakes this time. Yeah? Yeah? Usually 1 hour before the concert, I make a decision about whether to bring the music to the stage or not. And the decision is not based on what will lead to the perfect performance, because I'm not capable of a perfect performance. When I have the score on the stand, I still miss entrances. I don't feel so bad about it because I have my security blanket there. right? But I'm not with the musicians the way that they deserve. Sometimes I leave it backstage and I experience the concert that way. There are many hours of work preparing for the concert. You do want to experience the concert. Yeah? Okay, I will let you have this here, but I saw that, yes. No puedes mirar. No, no comprendo nada. Ah, okay. So, conductor has an important decision to make when they make a mistake in public. The reason that there are not very many good conductors is because conductors can't practice in private, right? The flute player can practice in private for 100 hours and then play in public for 3 minutes. And we think, wow, so good, right? The first minute that the conductor is practicing, they're in public, in a rehearsal, right? So they are constantly making mistakes where other people can see them. That's the only way that we can learn anything. Here's the decision. What do we do when we make the mistake? There's a fork in the road, a decision to be made, right? We can hit ourselves, oh no, or we can be with the music. Now, in rehearsal, you have another decision to make, which is whether to admit that you've made a mistake. That decision is based on what is best for the ensemble, not what is best for you. So maybe you want to say, oh, lo siento de nuevo, lo siento, right? But that can distract the ensemble from their job. So you only admit it if your mistake distracted them and they think that they made a mistake. Then you say, no, it was me. And then they say, oh, okay. And then they can just do their job, right? But if they're busy doing their job and you did not distract them, then you just say, I learned something, next time I will fix it, right? In a concert, usually you don't want to say lo siento, though sometimes you do. If it's a big mistake, and then you just continue, and then they can release their nervousness and continue. That sometimes happens. But what you don't want to be doing is make a mistake and make, oh, because you're visible, yeah? Maybe they are enjoying the concert, but you're the expert. So if you say, oh, then they think, oh, I should not be enjoying this concert. Right? Concert is not very good. Maestra says so. She knows everything, you know, right? And then people become cynical. So please make several mistakes, and please do not spend this time hitting yourself about your mistakes. What is the motto of our conducting class? The 2-word motto? Fail faster. We write it on the board. Yeah. At Wheaton College, the tuition is very expensive. And so we don't want to waste our time. We want to make mistakes right away so that we can fail and discover. Yeah? All right, go ahead. Thank you. Yeah. What is the new thing
¿Qué es lo nuevo ahora aquí?
at
143. Juan Contra Fuerza.
sí.
¿Qué es lo nuevo en 143? Si en página 110 son los y el coro. En la página 110.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what you need to cue. Yeah. With one hand. You can go do lo, do, but the tenors and basses need to know di lo, di lo, di lo, di lo, because it's hard for them to count that. Yeah? There's a lot of things. Do we need to change? Yeah. How many more people?
¿Cuántos quedan? ¿Dos?
Uno, dos. Okay, you can do it.
¿Lo puedes hacer? Directamente. Dile a Daniel, por favor.
Lo siento.
Tiene que ser a la cruz así.
Yep, just practice. Don't subdivide. Yeah, it's preparation, so you have to let it go up. So you dip your baton in the water. Now it's wet, and you shake off the water drops. Yes. Be blessed, my child.
Be blessed, my child. Bendiciendo todo el mundo. Dios mío, quiero dar el agua.
You have to release your shoulder because they need to do different things. Yeah, this is a thing to practice, right? It's like, patting your head and rubbing your tummy while walking and hopscotch. Yeah. Just do it in the air. So do you see that she's subdividing? She's going, too much work. Simple, simple, simple. Yeah. If you think about it, the conductor's job is to tell the future, right? It's a big job telling the future. One beat ahead of time. It's your horoscope. This is your future, your destiny. One beat from now. Now. Vertical, 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 vertical. Yep. This is water, 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 water. Flick, 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 flick. Yeah. So this feels strange, doing two different things, but compared to learning how to play an instrument, this is easy, right? The technique of conducting is difficult because nobody practices. But it's not difficult compared to playing the flute or playing the piano. Yeah. You want to play the violin, you say, it will take me 10 years. Yeah. This doesn't take 10 years to learn. It takes maybe some months to learn. Yeah. Conductors are very, they're oriented around serving other people. So they're always focused on what do you need, what do you need, what do you need, right? Outward, outward, outward. But you can't give what you haven't got. You cannot give what you don't have. So the best investment for others is in you. So any bathroom that has a mirror, I have been there, you know, in between, in the intermission, you know, practicing. Yeah, okay. Cambiando. Gracias.
The best friend of the conductor choir is the toilet.
Is what?
I told you.
The toilet. Yes. Yeah. Some of my scores are wet on the because the sink. It has water between the sinks. I'm looking for a place to put the book. It's funny because it's true. That's high enough. Sí. Bastante.
Gracias, Padre. ¿Dónde?
Voy a hacer la...
Ajá.
La otra pieza. Jesus Christ.
No tiene miedo. Let him know. Dedicate our time and give space for the liberty to go to him. Lord, let them be with us. Bless Lord. And the scriptures for him all eternal. Let Daniel All right. Okay. Good. So there are about 4 times where we needed a triple and you rushed into the duple instead. But apart from that, yeah, pretty good. So let's do it without a pattern at all this time. Just play the drum. Ba-bum, bum, be-dee, bum, bum. Yeah. So as a reminder, 3 is not a little bit bigger than 2. It's a lot bigger than 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Right? Gravity. You know, a basketball, boom, 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 boom. Yep. So just no pattern, just the drum.
Diferenciar más el rebote.
Let me go to my altar. I will up to the altar and consecrate me to the Lord. And each night I take the time. Good, good, good. You have a lot of freedom in forte. Can you have more freedom in piano? Yeah, instead of
I was trying to do the
yeah,
staccato.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
But
But you're not going to show yeah. You can show staccato or syncopation with negative space by not moving. Right? It's the same motion, it just comes up faster. See? With complicated music, we seek simple solutions.
Mientras más complicada es la música, más simple tiene que ser la solución.
Let him alone to harm find a heart and consecrate the spirit to the Lord. Let each man take the time. Yeah, good. So Ishmael is a big sound. So you want to come high, but then it's hard to tell the difference. They all look the same. So use more anatomy and less size. Ishmael, dedicate, right? You have a lot, yeah. Boop, 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 staccato, gong, gong, marcato. But not big for the duple, because then for the triple, what can you do? Bum, bum, right? You want it all to be very manageable. Yeah?
Más exagerado.
Let Ishmael. Ishmael dedicated and the praise for the liberty which I thought is set him at large. Yeah, right. And another advantage of having the duples small is you find out immediately if you've made a mistake. Right? Because there's no place to hide, which is good. Ishmael? Let thank you, praise for the liberty which is not that in the large. They them live within us, and bless the Lord his people, and his creatures for reward eternal. Let Daniel come forth with the light, and praise God with his might through faith in Christ Jesus. Let every man be restored with the Shalom, and bless the name of him that clothed and naked. Yeah, right. Yeah. So then you found out that before Jacob, you're used to doing a duple, but you must do a triple. Sometimes I say to the choir, please sing a wrong note very loudly. Right? It's not helpful to sing the wrong note softly because we can't hear it, so we can't fix it. As conductors, we often prefer technique that can hide our mistakes. But that doesn't help, right? That also means we cannot show anything specific. We can't give other people courage to make a mistake if we have arranged things so it's impossible for anyone to know if we've made a mistake. So we need to have technique that is distinct and specific, that makes our mistakes very obvious so that we can find out what we need to improve. Yeah? I'm pretty sure on Friday at the concert I will make a mistake. And that if you're paying attention, you will know. Yeah? Because I came a long way to Guadalajara. I don't want to waste Friday by being safe and having a technique where no one can tell the difference. Yeah?
Entonces, ya que te diste cuenta,
Yep. How many beats? How many beats? Yeah. It's okay. I'll ask later. So now we're discovering the 4 places that you made a mistake, which is great. Yeah, we can discover in 3 minutes the 4 things, and then you can work on them. In rehearsal, if you're doing a piece with an irregular meter, it's very useful to know this convention, which is that you introduce with 2 duples, regardless of what the next bar is. Ba ba, ga ga. Even though the previous bar has a duple and a triple, ignore that. Most pianists, most orchestras, most ensembles will understand. Instead of trying to go da 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 da, and then some of them will think this and some of them will think that. It's just a convention. It's just kind of an unwritten agreement among different countries, a diplomatic compact. Yeah. Okay, we go to the beginning, and you can use the pattern now. Light the lamp to the altar and consecrate the spirit to the Lord. Let this Lord dedicate a time and give praise for the liberty in which the Lord is acting at large. Let them appear with an ask and bless Lord his people and his creatures for reward eternal. Let Daniel come forth with the lion and praise God with all his might through faith in Christ Jesus. Let each morning star with the Shamrock and bless the name of him that clotheth and maketh. Let God with the Sabbath bless God in the times Okay, good. Can we please applaud for the pianist? This is amazing. Not only that, but let me show you something.
He's the best.
Yeah. So, the place you ran into trouble today, just now, is the same place you've been making mistakes each time. Let Ithamar minister with the chamois and bless the name of him that clotheth the naked. Right? It's a 5 pattern. Bless the name of him that clotheth the naked. See, right? Yep. Go ahead. Now, there's lots of ways to do 5, and no way is wrong. But in a situation that is pretty complicated like this, it's better to give left, right, and up as the last 3. So that means twice this way or twice right at the beginning. Instead of, because if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then the choir only has 1 beat of notice that it's beat 5. But if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they have 2 beats of warning. Antes beat 5.
Dos de aviso. Y hacer 1, 2, 2. So dividiendo en 2.
And I mark in my music which direction if I'm not sure. I mark my music more than my students mark their music, which is one of the great mysteries of our existence. My music has colors, it has pencils, it has phrase markings, it has form. I circle every staccato, but my students know everything, so they don't have to mark music like me. Okay, one more time.
Another diplomatic universal.
Yes, oh, is in every country. Yes, it's the same. Sure. I think my students don't mark their music because they don't have time, because their lives are so full. Right? Whereas, as me, I have lots of time.
You have time to waste in your course.
Yeah. So I think the truth is, when I was a student, I also did not mark my music. But now I don't have time to not mark my music. Okay. Now, when you make a mistake, keep going.
Cuando te equivoques, sigue adelante.
Let's love his people, and his creatures for reward eternal. Let Daniel come forth with the light, and praise God with all his might, through faith in Christ Jesus. Let praise the Lord stand with the shepherd, and bless him, Lord, glorify him. Let joy with the sinner. Bless God in the dance, Let's make El último.
¿Te puedes parar ahí para que lo Sorry. Ay, sorry.
La vida virtual.
I already sent you the drive.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I saw that. Yes. It's strange to see myself. He doesn't want to turn any pages. Yeah. He would need a tentacle to turn the pages.
Él está loco.
¿Va a ser igual?
Yep. At the beginning.
Dale.
No sé si hacerlo.
Es tu decisión.
Good. Do the last 2 pages just with the piano, no choir.
Haz las dos últimas páginas solo con el piano y no con el coro. 9 y 10. No me mires más a mí, mira a Trotter. Enjoy him.
I think she means endure. Endure him. Yeah.
Creo que nada más el piano, ¿no?
Only piano. Sí, sin coro.
Yeah, okay. In that section, you begin to lose time.
Empiezas a perder.
You're falling behind your own tempo.
Te vas quedando atrás de tu propio ritmo.
Yeah. So whatever tempo you show in the upbeat, that's your tempo.
Lo que muestres al rebote, ese es el tiempo. Hay que quedar rápido.
You're in charge.
Tú estás en cargo.
And so coming out of dance is not right.
Sorry, perdón.
Yeah, he. Can you speak it?
Puedes hablarlo.
Bless God in the dance, 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 dance. Speak it. Mm-hmm. Yep, good. So for the ants, let day, short and then tall. 1, 2, 1, 2, let day. 1, 2, 1, 2, let day. Yeah. Because when we were with everyone, you made a mistake there. So in order to get yourself on the rails, small, big. It will keep you in the groove. Bless God in the dance, speaking. Bless God in the dance. In the dance. Sort of, yeah. It's close. Now we're going to play the drum while he does that. Okay. See? Bless God in the dance. Ok, con piano, il coro. Tutti. Bless God in the time. Okay, good. So now we know how to practice. So speak and conduct the beginning of victory to the Lord. Just you. Te para pa pa. Yeah, don't speed up. It's already fast enough. But yeah, bastante. The beginning? The beginning.
Entonces tomamos con pacientes, ¿no?
The beginning of victory to the beginning of victory to the Lord. Yeah, so you speak so we can hear you, and you conduct.
Habla, dilo para que te pueda escuchar. Con seguridad.
Yep. Big, big, small. Gaining a victory to the Lord. Gaining a victory to the Lord. To the Lord. Yeah. I'll do it with you. The beginning of victory to the Lord. To the Lord. Right? Those are all small. Yeah. Yeah. The beginning of victory to the Lord. To the Lord, the perfection of it. Yeah. Again.
Perfection.
Again. The beginning of victory to the Lord. To the Lord, the perfection of it. Yeah. So we want to erase the middle. We don't want any middle. We want to decide immediately whether we're going up here or down here. Because if you do the middle, then you won't discover the mistake, and then it will become baked into the cake. The mistake is baked in the cake. Maybe that's an English expression. No in between. Anybody know the movie Karate Kid? See? You walk on the left side of the road, safe. Walk on the right side of the road, safe. Walk in the middle of the road, squish, like a grape. No middle. The beginning? The beginning. The beginning of victory to the Lord, Lord, the perfection. Sí, de nuevo, de nuevo. Sí, that works. Again. The beginning of victory to the Lord, the perfection of... Sí, tutti, todo. Bless God in the dance. Último dos pagos. Bless God in the dark. Yes, with the victory to the Lord. Lord, the perfection of excellence. Bravo. See. Okay, I take the last 2 minutes for the following moral. If you have something in a piece of repertoire that is difficult, and you develop the fear of it, do you know that what a feeling I'm meaning? So when you see the score, you're like, oh, that one's hard, right? It can be conducting, it can be in your own practice, whatever. Very often, the difficulty is one thing. You think, oh, page 8, 9, 10, and 11 are very difficult. But if you really focus in, there's one part that is actually the problem. We don't want to focus in because we don't like it, because it's scary. Harry Potter, anybody? Does anyone read Harry Potter? No, not in Mexico. Okay, that won't work. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. No? See? Okay. The problem is the fear. You know how to count. You know how to sing. You know how to make consonants. You know how to make vowels. Some combinations of these things are unfamiliar. The ones that are unfamiliar are hard until they are easy. But music that is fast, you can only conduct it when it is easy. Yeah? You know, if you're a singer, if you have a melisma, he shall purify the sound, right? It's not possible to perform the melisma when the melisma is difficult for you, right? You can't do it by trying harder or by doing it 100 times. You have to learn it. And to learn it, you slow it down and you take it apart. And when you take it apart, you find you know all the elements. You've just never seen them in that order before. It feels like it takes a long time to take it apart, but it is by far the fastest way to learn it. So, yeah, this is what the rational mind is useful for, is overcoming fear. Right? When we are young, we think there's a monster under the bed, so we never look under the bed. So we make our parents look under the bed. But once we've looked under the bed, we know there's no monster. So if you value your time, then the fear should attract you. You should say, that's where I want to spend my time, because my life is short and I have to slay the dragon soon. Yeah? Gracias.